Happy Wednesday, June 5th, everyone. Welcome back to North Central Weather Center. In today's weather forecast, we're going to be talking about active weather that will return later into June. But before that, some extreme heat will start to build across the North Central U.S. as we get closer to Father's Day weekend. So before you get to the channel here and talk about the weather, make sure to subscribe down below as we have weather forecast videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on this channel. Also be sure to give it a like down below. If you like today's weather forecast, leave any comments, questions, and concerns below as well. I'll get to those after the video. So without further ado, let's get into Wednesday here, June 5th, and talk about the North Central U.S. This morning, temperatures were warm across the eastern part of the country here from the Great Lakes all the way down into the Ohio Valley and parts of the lower Midwest, closer to the Mississippi Valley here. We saw temperatures into the upper 60s and low 70s. Across the West, temperatures were still pretty mild to start for today across portions of the Dakotas, Nebraska, Minnesota, and into Iowa, with temperatures starting off in the middle and upper 50s. This afternoon, temperatures have quickly started to rise across portions of Kansas, southern Nebraska, over here through the Ohio Valley. Temperatures are into the 80s to potentially mid 90s in parts of western and southwestern Kansas and our far southwestern areas this afternoon. This heat is fueling some stronger thunderstorms across portions of the upper Midwest, the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley vicinity here. If you live in Grand Forks, Duluth, Minneapolis, St. Paul, over here to La Crosse and Green Bay, and even Madison, Wisconsin, we could see a few strong to severe storms as we go through today. Other areas over here toward Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, the Akron area over here toward Grand Rapids and Detroit, we could have a few strong to severe storms as we go through the day as well, mainly for 60-mile-per-hour winds, some quarter-size hail, and notice the tornado threat is less than 2%, so it's very unlikely that a tornado will occur anywhere in the viewing area through the day. Let's go into the afternoon here, and this is exactly what we're seeing. We have a couple showers and thunderstorms firing up from northeastern Minnesota into western Wisconsin down into southern Minnesota here. A couple showers and storms along the cold front over here into Michigan, Indiana, and southern Illinois into western Kentucky. Watching out for a few of those to become strong to severe. This evening, we'll see some scattered showers and storms mainly across the Badger State of Wisconsin. A few of these could be strong to severe for places like La Crosse, Eau Claire, down here in Madison, Milwaukee, and Green Bay. We'll be keeping a close eye on those storms. Again, if they do become severe, 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-size hail will be the main threat. And then as we go into early Wednesday morning, closer to sunrise, things will start to dry out from west to east across the north central U.S. Really, a lot of these storms that happen today will not be producing really that strong of heavy rainfall. We really don't see a lot of big, heavy rains over an inch here in any one given area. But if you get under a stronger storm or two, sure, you could see maybe a quarter, half inch, maybe even an isolated 3/4 of an inch of rain, especially over here into the upper peninsula of Michigan, the lower peninsula of Michigan, or into the Ohio Valley for Indiana, Ohio, or Kentucky. The rest of our area here in the central and western viewing area today will remain bone dry with lots of sunshine. So as we go into tomorrow, Thursday, June 6th, and Friday, June 7th, you can see starting off tomorrow, another mild start to our southern areas in the 60s. Northern areas in the 40s and 50s will climb quickly again. Thursday afternoon, a pretty nice late spring day across the north central U.S. outside of northern Minnesota, northern Wisconsin, and the upper peninsula of Michigan. Temperatures there in the 50s, very refreshing. We're going to see 70s and 80s across portions of the rest of the area on Thursday. Same thing as we go into Friday, maybe just a touch warmer though from Friday morning into Friday afternoon across the north central states. Going into that time frame too, Thursday, we see a lot of the thunderstorm activity either moving south of the area or east of the viewing area into the northeast and the east coast. And then Friday comes along, we have a new low pressure system off the front range into eastern Colorado that could bring some stronger storms to southwestern Nebraska and western Kansas into the Goodland area, Dodge City here as we go into Friday. That's mainly going to be for damaging winds and large hail. The tornado threat is very unlikely. So here we go Thursday. We got some backwash moisture across portions of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, especially the upper peninsula of Michigan closer to Lake Superior. As we go into Thursday night, we lose the daytime heating, and that means we lose a lot of cloud cover, so not too much to worry about there. New low pressure system, 1,005 millibar low into eastern Colorado there on Friday. That could have enough instability to work with for a few strong to severe storms. You see around 1,000 to 1,500, maybe isolated 2,000 joules per kilogram of instability there from eastern Colorado outsider area into western Kansas for a few storms that could produce 60-mile-per-hour winds and some quarter-size hail there as we go into Friday night. Here's the rainfall totals, very localized area here. So Nebraska, Kansas, into western Missouri is going to be the corridor to watch for Thursday into Friday. Could have a couple areas over an inch of rain if you get under one of those thunderstorms as we go through that Thursday the 6th and Friday the 7th time frame. This upcoming weekend comes along on Saturday, June 8th and Sunday, June 9th, and you can see the area is going to be right in between two air masses with the cooler air with the trough across the east and central, and then our western areas with the influence of that ridge that's across the western U.S. here. And so starting off Saturday morning, temperatures already into the 50s and 60s, and we're going to see a wonderful afternoon for highs across the north central U.S. from 70s to the north and 80s to the south here. Definitely a wonderful day to get outdoors there. And then Sunday morning, again, pretty similar, cooler, more refreshing 40s and 50s to the north, 60s here as we go to the south for starting off. And then Sunday afternoon, you can see a lot of refreshing air, 60s, 70s with a few 80s sprinkled in across the north central U.S. for temperatures Sunday afternoon. We're going to see some active weather this weekend, so we still have the battle of the air masses here. We're right in between that, so a couple showers and storms, maybe even a complex of thunderstorms may develop Saturday and Saturday night, especially down here in the Central Plains and the Missouri Ozarks region. Most of that will have a tendency to push further south as we go into Sunday and Sunday night outside of the area, further down towards Texas, toward Arkansas, and even into the Dixie Alley region as we go into Sunday night. Here's the heaviest rainfall this weekend will be into Kansas, but especially southern Missouri, far southern Illinois, down toward Carbondale, into western Kentucky, so the Paducah area, and then further south from there. Could be seeing a couple areas of an inch, maybe 2 inches of rain, but the rest of us will just see some spotty showers and storms, and maybe some of us even staying dry, completely dry as we go through the weekend. Going into next week, Monday, June 10th through Friday, June 14th, getting closer towards Father's Day weekend, we still have the influence of that trough across the Ohio Valley here and the Great Lakes, with a ridge beginning to develop across the plains and into the upper Midwest. So our temperatures will respond accordingly with warmer temperatures across the northern plains into the upper Midwest, normal temperatures here in between, and then cooler than normal further off to the east there into the Missouri Ozarks, the Ohio Valley, and parts of the Great Lakes there. So starting off there early week on Monday, temperatures pretty uniform for highs in the 60s and 70s, very comfortable day. Midweek, we get a touch warmer. Once we get to Wednesday, June 12th, with temperatures warming into the 70s and 80s, and then as we go into Friday, late next week on the 14th of June, there comes that ridge, and we have widespread 90s and heat across the plains, and then the eastern periphery of that, still some 80s across the Midwest, down into the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes as we go into later next week. And it looks pretty dry next week as well, with that ridge sliding from west to east into the north central U.S. A lot of drier weather. Some areas could be up to maybe an inch below average with temperature, or with precipitation rather, as we go into next week from Monday, June 10th through Friday, June 14th. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. If you haven't, we'll do another video forecast on Friday as well this week. Make sure to press the like button if you like today's weather forecast. Leave any comments, questions, and concerns below. We'll get to those after the video. My name is Hunter here with North Central Weather Center, and I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their Wednesday out there.